Fair enough. To be fair, the Australian states have very strange names. We'll come back to that another time.
All right.
On another tangent. Because
I
right now
would
we've got
love
some
to.
drafting to go through. We got a lot of the priorities out. The one that really does confuse me is there's no Rise at all. But the Karma's still very strong. The Nautilus ban, Ambessa ban. I'm interested to see. So this means that Top Esports took counterpick or red side, either one, and then IG picked the other one. So I assume Top Esports wants counterpick and IG took blue side. That makes most sense to me. I don't know why you would ever pick red side and give first selection like to the other team, but Yorick, man, this is something that's been rising up a little bit in certain matchups. I mean, you could go Jace top, could be an option here. I still think Rise. And the other thing is that a lot of the junglers, Gordo, that were banned in game 1, the Xin Zhao, the Jarvan, not banned in this game.
Yeah, and you know, with Pantheon and Nocturne gone, you know, they may be a little more interested in having those back in the pool. This Yorick ban is very interesting to me. I guess there's some fear towards breathed Yorick getting breathed into Top Esports here. And IG now going to find themselves with first pick. Interestingly, that means to me that Top Esports chose second pick. IG chose blue side, because the little characters at the bottom do tell us that. So Top Esports deciding they want counter pick, and IG going to take the first pick Lulu, despite some of the little tamp down nerfs that came out through.
I mean, the Nautilus ban makes sense now, I guess, with the Lulu first pick, but what's going with this? Is this a Zeri? Is it an Aphelios? Is it a Jinx? Is it a Siva? You know, is it a Kog'Maw getting picked up? There are options, but what does JiaQi want to go? Is it going to be Corki Nami, even despite the nerfs? If Nami gets picked with Corki here, you know, top 2 for Top Esports, I feel like this is pretty good evidence that the Nami Corki nerfs didn't... Sorry, the Karma and Corki... Third try, Jack. The Karma and Nami nerfs didn't really do anything to dissuade, and that's Karma and Nami. Karma's getting banned, Nami's getting picked top 2 with Corki, so it seems like despite the nerfs, don't really care about it.
Yeah, not going to be dissuaded here. I mean, we also might just be on, like, patch recently dropped, it's week 1 of the season, we're going to just keep playing stuff no matter what those patch notes say.
Oh, you know.
That's certainly also always a little bit of an adjustment period that can be had in comp when you're playing against some of the best teams in the world. Comfort does mean a lot. Yunara going to come on through. That's a classic duo alongside the Lulu. Instant classic. Modern classic, perhaps.
Modern classic, yes.
Still one that we've gotten to see a lot of this year already. And now, moving away from the bottom lanes, what are we going to see locked in here for IG? Still some prio junglers left and available. Do they want to just grab something like the Xin Zhao or the Jarvan, whichever their preferred selection is? And yes, they do. Jwei going to be on the Xin Zhao.
Could be Wukong, you know, into the... Ah, yes. It was the Jace with the Yorick ban. So this is probably Jace top. I don't assume this is going to be Jace with the jungle. I would ban Maokai for IG. The reason being is that, like, if you go Wukong, if you go Jarvan, you're against a Lulu. That's really hard to play because you just get polymorphed when you go in. The Maokai, and it's too much AD. So going Maokai is great with Jace. It's good with the Corki Nami, allows some frontline, and gives you some AP because you can go that new build version. The new version of the build with the Leandries. I've actually seen some Enchanter as well being around, but instead just going to be these AD jungler bans. You know, the Jarvan might be the Wukong follow-up. I find it really funny that Renekton was really rising in priority. Ambessa, a great counter into Ambessa, and then it completely vanished because people remembered Nara exists, and it just counters Renekton really well. So no more Renekton. That was rising in priority a lot. Doesn't happen anymore. And I think by proxy of that, the Yorick priority is going up because of the champions like Gnar, like Jace. Tough matchups for the Gnar to play. But have to see what happens here. Second half, I mean, we need, you know, Gordo, we need jungle. Maybe for Top Esports. We need mid for both.
I'm curious about this Jace here, because IG clearly believe that it's a top lane Jace, and I do think Top Esports' bans indicate that it's a top lane Jace. They banned the Yorick in the first round. That would be good into the Jace. and they're banning away, you know, weak-siding tanks now that they've got it. So I do think that it's most likely going there. It is still alive in the jungle, though. You and I were just watching some North American Tier 3 earlier tonight, and there was some Jace jungle being played there, although there is going to be the Skarner lock-in here, which is also a top laner, if you want it to be. So there's still a possibility for that to happen, but I do think it is most likely going to be Skarner in the jungle, Jace in the top lane.
So we're going to need a really big AP threat from top esports because they have 0 AP outside of like Nami. I guess Skarner kind of fills a similar role to the Maokai, but I think the Maokai might have been better. I mean, he got buffed a couple of patches ago, like 2 patches in a row. I'm really surprised to not see the Maokai here. But the Cassante as just a nice blind, you know, could be Jace jungle still, could be Skarner top, but even if it's Jace top, Cassante will be able to weak side well against that. Aurora here, the pick for IG. Top esports are going to need something strong. You could go Ari for setup, but is that enough damage? I mean, it is if you can get some Dark Seal stacks, you can get the ball rolling. Victor may be an option, Jwei an option. This is more damage, more scaling.
Okay.
All right. I don't hate it.
We didn't even really have time to discuss it. Oh, okay. They were messing with me. It was there for a second, but no. Okay. Champions are going where they belong. I'm interested in this Creme Victor. I mean, obviously, he snaps the Victor pretty fast, going to prioritize team composition here. They've already got a strong frontliner. They need the consistent magic damage. I think it is noteworthy that Creme's Akali made it through picks and bans here. That hasn't happened in a hot minute. That guy, one
into
of the most
Lulu?
banned. Yeah, it's true. It's tough into the Lulu. That's a good, but I mean, you didn't know you were gonna get. I guess you could have guessed you were gonna get Lulu because you had first pick, but definitely one of the most banned champions in the league up against top esports is the Creme Akali. Maybe something to think about for game number 3 if TES can take us there. Going to be a range advantage for him in the mid lane, though, as long as he's able to keep a little bit of distance away from this. Aurora does have some very high burst.
Yeah, we've got some scaling in here too. Victor, obviously the Enchanters, the Yunara, the Corki. A lot of high priority picks around the board here. My interest is on the Skarner. How is it going to do in this current meta against a Xin Zhao? You're going to have to find these ganks. You're going to have to make the ults work effectively against the Lulu still. I mean, you can ult and not get polymorph, but if you dash in and get polymorphed, it's still not a great time.
Definitely true. So we do find ourselves loading up into the game. Let's find out if TES can take us to game number 3, can validate the predictions of the full Chinese broadcast, and can take us all the way to a full series to start off the new season. If IG can close things out, make a statement here, and show that, hey, you know, we've made a lot of changes. We are a very different team than we were last split, and we are here to compete and contend in Group Ascend, hoping to be able to get their way up into that top 4, break out of the 5th, 6th slump that they find themselves in with their newly revamped roster.
Yeah, or can the fan chant, you know? The fan prediction, 75% up against the 2-1 prediction from the Chinese casters. Obviously, a little less analytical, that prediction. But I think, regardless of what happens, if top esports win the next 2 games very convincingly, I think that these teams are still very close, and that makes for a fun split 2, Gordo.
Absolutely does. They showed it in game number 1. Let's see about game number 2.
Did we forget?
I guess we did. We're just not JiaQing. It's a bit of a shame.
We had like a crazy JiaQ in the first game.
They were so loud in game 1.
And we forgot. What's happening? Anyway. Rune check. Anything crazy? Nothing too out of the... I guess it's Grasp, Jace.
Yeah.
That's something we haven't seen like a ton of. I assume it's still going to be the lethality build. Haven't seen like the full tank bruiser Jace top in a while since some of his ratios got changed and he wasn't as tanky as all in bot level 1 for the Prio.
Yeah, there you go. Popping that heal. JiaQi taking some damage here. JiaQi able to stack on up some of that damage. And yeah, I mean, I think the Grasp Jace isn't even that crazy into the Cassante. You just probably never going to push this guy out of lane, so you're going to stack up a little bit of health wherever you can get it.
Yeah.
We'll see how aggressive Jwei can play this lane, though. They certainly put a lot of draft resources into getting Jwei a matchup that he likes.
I guess, like, my question would be, is going first strike cashback not better in a matchup like this where you can just consistently farm first strike gold, similar to like a Rumble matchup? I know in first stand, some of the LCK guys are talking about Keen doing that a lot on Rumble in matchups like this, and I think you could probably do the same on Jace, but instead just opting for some health stacking like you mentioned. But Jwei, this is deep.
This is indeed deep. Doesn't get here in time to be able to steal away the Wolves, so he's going to have to settle for a little bit of damage onto Tian. But it's not enough damage onto Tian to really get much of anything done. He's going to try to steal away his blue buff, though, feeling confident in his stronger bottom lane from that earlier exchange.
It's a bit of a strange pathing from Jwei, because if he had got the Wolves, maybe been able to fight him lower, that would have been great. But instead, you go blue, you take Grump, and Tian just says, okay, fine, well, I'll take my camp lead. Like, I will just go your, Grump, your Wolves, your blue, and take the scuttle on the top side instead. So it looks a bit scary for Tian, but it actually doesn't mean anything. If anything, it's a camp lead because Tian is going to get double Wolves.
Yeah, he is. Does look like, going to be Jwei trying his best to play this fast. He's actually making a beeline over to the Wolves, so might end up all even Stevens at the end of the day, although it does mean that neither jungler is towards this bot side scuttler, and it is a good chance for Tian to be able to take it, so maybe at the very least going to be able to get his scuttling done first. Let's take over to level 4 here, but a little too late. Jwei going to take over 4 as well. Path his way back over.
After all of that, it ended up just being not a ton. He's talking about the Nami changes with the W, a little bit of the, I think it's the bounce damage or scaling is less. So obviously not super impactful in the lane in enchanting your AD carry to do more, but it is still something to talk about. Obviously not enough, because Nami's getting top 2 with Corki here, which has been much more of the premier Nami pick that we've seen. In the past, we've had like really old like Jin Nami, and then the main one was Lucian Nami for ages, but that's kind of fallen off and is now Corki Nami. Maybe that's an old one. I actually don't know. Has Corki Nami been played historically? Corki's been everywhere. He's been everywhere with everybody.
I feel like not. He was played in the olden days, but Nami wasn't really played as much then. And then he was a mid laner for forever, while the package existed. And
package.
That. Yeah, I mean, there's a huge chunk of time where Corki is a mid laner and not a bot laner, so he doesn't get played with anybody. He gets played with junglers. Yeah, I think this is new tech. This is not the return of something old. Maybe I'm wrong. Somebody can correct me. But that's my vibe. As someone who's been watching this game for a very long time, and is like 70% confident in my memory.
I will say that Corki. Oh, hang on. W in and just be a little bit of a poke trade here for JiaQi Love, but the Corki package in mid, I think it was like the Tristana meta as well. That was really strange. Like, the package ability to me was just so goofy. Like, where you picked it up in base and you dashed across like 2 screens to like essentially rumble ult the backline.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That was a strange time.
It was. It's crazy that like they barely even changed anything about the champion. Like, they just took it away and he's still good.
Yeah. I mean, it's more his passive that got changed, right, with the damage, and now he does true damage off of crits and spell blades. So.
Yeah, he used to be like 50-50 magic physical.
Yeah. I guess that's enough to put him in ADC. I'm not even really sure as to why he... all out.
Breathe doing good damage here, so he's not going to have to flash away.
Boy.
But still, Breathe going to be plenty happy with how that plays out. Really taking the pressure into this Jace.
Yeah. And now Zhuan has no flash, no TP, low mana. And Breathe is happy to push this under. Also has no mana himself, it looks like. So there is that. And Renard does roam. That'll force Renard back away from the wave and off the base. JiaQi Love dashes in.
Yeah, I mean, that is quite a bit of damage, but Mako able able to get his way out of there with the Summoner heal. Will be a quick Summoner spell claim, but it will stop the recall from JiaQi Love and Fengyue. It does seem like they'll be able to clear this wave out no problem and just take their recall one wave later.
So, Gordo, I'm all about learning stuff from these games, you know? And what I've learned so far is that neither of these teams are that fussed about taking an early Drake. They are much happier to farm, play for level 6, get their upgraded smite, maybe look for a gank here and there, but for the most part, just play the game slowly. They don't really mind. And we've got Grubs in a minute. Last game we saw Grubs taken way before the Dragon was even looked at. And so far this game, unless Xin Zhao goes over the wall right now, it's a very similar start.
That certainly seems true. What's weird about it is that the bot lanes are still fighting a lot.
Yeah.
So you'd think that that would be in the interest of, I suppose this time around it was supporting an invade. Takes a ton of damage from Creme here. He committed the ultimate first, but is going to live to regret it as he is forced to flash in the one-on-one. Creme turns back around and says, you really want to take this fight?
Yeah, I think Renard is ulting for the wave, but he goes in because of the ult, and that allows Creme to start trading onto him. So Creme puts down the ult, puts down the gravity field as well, and forces Renard to flash. But even despite all that, Jwei, when becomes lightning, will hit the dragon and starts it up, but I don't know how much he necessarily wants to do it. Just damage check maybe, or he is just sneakily doing the dragon.
Starting it up here. Somebody finally coming out here to touch this before 10 minutes. Does look like Jwei should be able to claim it here. Tian pathing his way down, will be spotted on the ward as he enters the tri-brush. Mako and JiaQi come on up just to make sure that they get enough damage into this dragon in time, and it will be claimed by Jwei. Is there going to be a fight breaking out here? Probably not. Trying their best to back on away. JiaQi Love getting a little bit of poke damage on the way out, but successful dragon take for IG.
Yeah, JiaQi Love looked like he really wanted to press the advantage there and start a fight, but IG able to get away. Polymorph, such a great tool at dissuading that. Obviously the ult as well. The Crescent Guard can do that. So a lot of disengaged tools for IG. They're able to get the Drake and get out. Felt like a little bit of an awkward Drake take. I think, you know, Tian was just around the corner. Top Esports might have been able to get in and steal that away, but ends up being fine. Okay, we've been talking about builds. We were talking about earlier today when you and I were casting a different league, but more builds today. Bandle Pipe Skarner.
Ooh. Well, it's cheap, fast. And meanwhile, it's another all-out from Breed, flashing in. He's got Zuyan cut off from behind, but Tian shows up to the play. Jwei does as well, and Jwei will claim first blood. Here's a TP in from Creme, but he's going to get jumped immediately. There's the double ulti coming through from Tian to keep Creme standing for just a little bit longer, but they've got so much damage that Jwei just keeps on charging forward for a second kill. IG and Jwei in particular just crushed Top Esports in the 2v3.
Yeah, Tian not happy in the player cams after that one. He shook his head, hit his hand on his head a little bit. Not happy with how that went. I think Juan played very well just dodging out, but the Skarner ult alongside with Creme just not enough damage to really trade back effectively. JiaQi!
Whoa, flash in from JiaQi looking for the 2v2 kill, and it's all going wrong for Top Esports. IG crushing Top Esports in even-numbered fights and disadvantageous fights alike.
I mean, JiaQi against his old team just steamrolls in the 2v2 with Mako by his side now. Let's take a look back at this. Juan caught by the Q3 and the W. No flash this time. This is twice now where he's caught in an unfavorable position. The schmoves were nice. And after the flash was used, you can see the TP from Creme. And, okay, you know, Juan does die, but now it's a 2v2. Really nice Q3 there from Breed. The ult is good, but it's not enough. Tian not happy with how he played the second half of this. Maybe could have flashed a bit earlier. Ends up getting caught, even though he did still flash. Unfortunate for Top Esports, but it's a lead for IG now.
I think he's also probably wishing, maybe the chance wasn't there, I didn't quite check, but I think he's probably wishing he ulted earlier too. Like, Creme takes so much damage And by the time he's actually able to hold them still, Creme is basically dead.
Yeah.
And now, Jwei finding his jungle opponent once again, and this time with quite a bit of a lead. Going to force this Skarner off.
You're not having the best time, Tian is. But again, JiaQi and Mako did just 2v2 kill in bot. So Jwei is here for round 2. No barrier on this Corki. It's not looking good for top esports right now. I mean, they're down a Drake, they're down this gold, but mostly it's the wave priority, you know, the map priority that Breathe is exerting out onto the top lane matchup, and Jwei's here now.
Fengyue basically just one shot. There's so much damage on this Xin Zhao. And now cut off from behind is JiaQi Love. Renard arrives to the scene, finds the Corki pinned against the wall. JiaQi Love flashes away, but it is too little and too late, my friend. You've already been hit by the twofold Hex. And down he goes. 6-0 IG.
Yeah, very strong start. I mean, if there were any doubts about whether IG were going to pick up where they left off, they've been put to rest because they absolutely have lane dominance. Again, macro decision dominance. Tian will try to do something over the wall, but it won't pay off at all. It does feel to me as though Tian is the one looking and fishing for answers, for something to find for his team to get himself and his team back in the game. And so far in this game, he hasn't found anything.
No, not at all. And I mean, another brilliant start for Jwei here. We talked about him as a potential MVP for game number 1, and he's making good on that promise here in game number 2. Still so impressive that they were able to win out on that 2v3 in the top side, and I mean, it's swung quite a bit of the game. That's not to mention the 2v2 kills as well. Things going wrong across the map here, and Creme kind of just left to watch it happen.
Well, Dragon's up. And top esports have priority in mid. They have good position around this Dragon as well, clearing out some of the aggressive vision that IG have set up. So, not a bad spot here, but JiaQi Love has no flash.
Renard's totally out of the play, though. He's got no TP, just took a recall after taking a rough trade in mid. I think that means this goes to TES. No reason to risk the lead you've built up over this one Dragon. So IG will respectfully back away.
Okay, so it's Cloud Soul. Probably the most banger soul you could get this game. Skarner, Yunara, Lulu, Nami, Xin Zhao, Victor. Tons of champions this game that love this soul. Jwei is just no fear.
Looking for violence here, taking so much damage for it. Held in the chain CC, doesn't get Crescent Guard off. Finally, here it is, and it's here to one-shot JiaQi Love. JiaQi finishes up the first kill of the fight, and now he's free to fire away as we hit another pause.
Okay, this has to be a bug. This has to be something bad, because unless he unplugged his mouse mid-fight, you shouldn't be allowed to pause mid-fight like that. I'm fairly sure the only reason you can do that is something seriously went wrong in that fight for top esports, which is not good for our Vamp topics, because we're gonna have to go back. But I will say, wow, that fight from IG, ridiculous. Jwei goes in by himself. I can't believe that he doesn't die, and they one-shot top esports' health bars. I don't even remember who died there. It might have been JiaQi Love who died. I think it was.
It was.
Wow.
I don't know. I mean, to me, the weirdest... I didn't see anything too crazy. To me, the weirdest thing in that fight was that Jwei couldn't ult for so long. Like,
yeah.
But why would... You're winning the fight. Why would you pause there? Why, like,
yeah, but...
At least play out the fight and see how hard you win first.
It's kind of like a... I don't actually know the rules to a T, but it would kind of be like a soccer thing. If you know, like, advantage, where someone fouls you and you're allowed, like, the referee will not call it because you still have the ball and you're still making an aggressive play.
Yeah.
Maybe something like that is the idea, but maybe IG decided that they were going to call the bug. It might not be a bug. It might be a spilled drink. It might be a peripheral issue, but I feel like you aren't allowed to pause in the middle of a fight like that unless it's something serious. We're looking at a replay here.
Wait, is
this is
a replay, but it's a replay of top lane during the fight.
Maybe something happened in top lane. Let's have a look here. I don't see anything too crazy right now. I don't see anything.
Well, Breathe solo killed him.
I think.
I'm sure.
Oh, we're back.
Oh, wait, that's the game. All right, we're going to put this on hold. Go play Luldo.
So we killed everybody.
Okay. Oh, no, not yet. Now we will. Yeah, okay, there we go.
That was very anticlimactic.
Oh, Mako might die to this. Nope, he does manage to get out. Creme is TP'd.
No, the perfect game!
Forward.
No!
Creme picks up 1 kill, but Jwei's all over him, and Jwei will be able to clean up the kill. It's a 10-kill lead to IG, and they're about to take 2 turrets at once, too. It's a 6K gold lead at 15 minutes to Invictus Gaming.
Well, we'll TP in from Jace. He just got solo killed. Remember, he's here to try to get a kill if he shock past the wall, maybe? Ooh, didn't quite know, I think. I think he was hugging the vision, but that's awful. We go out of the pause. Nothing changed. You know, we're on the brink of a perfect game here for IG, but Creme flashes for the kill.
Bro, what if the world was Skarner?
Oh my god, old Skarner.
I mean, it could be either. So yeah, like Skarner was released around then.
I just never think of Skarner because all I think of is new Skarner. So I guess nothing happened down here, no bug. Xin Zhao just survived so long. JiaQi dies with JiaQi engaging. Tian ends up dying after this pause.
They found Tian again. They've found him. Creme's there as well. Creme will die for the sins of his jungler. Tian's totally out of the play. Zuyan's coming on in, and he's about to get jumped by Breathe, although the bot lane arriving as well. It's a full 5-on-5 in the TES topside jungle. It's 16 minutes in. Breathe is in there with the all-out, finds JiaQi Love and hands the kill to Renard. 13-1, and probably going to get worse before it gets better.
Yeah, so the good news about this game is we have more time to talk about what the Loldal was. Because this game is not going very long, and it's not very close. Let's put in Skarner while we cast this fight.
Bang, bang. Oh, Brack, he's got his own speed.
2011, we're close.
We're so close. All right, we'll go back to that later. Oh, Zuyan, this is live.
Okay.
Gets 2 before he falls down. It's a double to Zuyan.
Well, some mental points, I guess. Some happy little kills there. But again, Tian is just getting completely ran at. Now, I did say Maokai. To be honest, I don't think Maokai is any better at surviving this. I really don't feel like this is Tian's fault.
Great Loldal choice, though.
Yeah. What, for Maokai?
Yeah.
Maybe we could pick Maokai too. 2011? Is that around the same time? Maokai top was a thing, right? And that's also old Maokai. Anyway. Yeah. Fight's not looking good for top esports. We got a little bit back in the mid lane after that. Zuyan did use the flash. Got a double kill, but...
Oh, another all-in Renard. These guys are just not slowing down. IG wants to keep on fighting. They know what kind of lead they have, and they do not want to give any breathing room to top esports.
No, the ult there from JiaQi to dash away as he transcends himself. It's transcend oneself, isn't it? So when you're referring to another person, is it transcend... Like, how do you say that?
Transcend their self?
Maybe that's true. Here comes Renard.
Transcend themselves. Breathe. Moving forward. Renard is up here. Doesn't have the between worlds. Takes a little bit of harassment. Does call up Zuyan to come and help out the rest of the squad. Jwei is up in the front line. Does have the crescent guard up. Will have it expire as well. So IG, without the cooldowns, they're going to have to back away eventually.
Herald's going to crash in mid as well. Unanswered. Actually, maybe not get... It might not get through this minion wave in time. It might crash. Oh, it is going to crash. Okay. Does get through the wave. Crashes. Does actually a ton of damage is there. I believe the way that it works, someone will have to correct me if I'm wrong, but is it... if no one's in the area, the jungler gets the plates because he used the Herald? I think is how it works. If not, it's just a damage on the tower and no gold over the way. Either way, still, you know, impactful. Does damage to the tower. Gold or not, but Dragon's up. This is second Dragon for either team, so I think top esports probably pretty happy to give this away and get some much needed gold in their pockets on the other side of the map.
Yeah, really good stuff there for top esports, but I mean, it's just drops in the bucket. They are certainly in a
and they're thirsty.
Yeah, there's a lot working against them here, and they've got a long mountain to climb back up if they want to be able to contest in this game, because
well, they do have Mountain Drake.
Are so strong. They do have one Mountain Drake.
So if they were to climb the mountain, they do have the mountain at least. So that's a positive. And you can't really climb a cloud, can you? You could climb a Baron. They could try to do that. I'm really struggling to find ways of top esports getting back in this game, Gordo, and this conversation, it's not helping me find the answer.
No. I don't think anything I can tell you is going to help you find the answer. It's looking rough. It's in goes Jwei. Crescent Guard will at least buy him the space. JiaQi loses most of his HP. The turret falls. In 20 minutes, right as Baron is spawning, inner turrets are falling down, and IG have a near insurmountable lead. It's going to need to be some major mistakes from them or some miracles from top to get this game over.
Takes a bit of damage. I mean, he's getting tanky. We're getting close on 2 items on everybody. That's a good start. Jwei's not too far behind. And you still do have, Corki Nami's a good combo. Maybe Renard gets one shot here. Decent damage. Not too bad.
I mean, that is everything. That's about, it's missing a hammer form E and not much else. And it's only about half his HP. I think the one-shot potential is still a ways away.
We have seen worse throws, like bigger goal lead throws than this year, in fact.
Yeah.
It's possible. How possible? Not super possible, but it is possible. We're still a while away from Seoul. Top esports can get a bunch of gold and get some important items. That was one of the biggest things about this season is that if you're not actually winning the game, you're still getting a ton of gold. So even though JiaQi is down like 2.5k and JiaQi's going to get Infinity Edge soon, JiaQi is not out of the game. Like, he does still have damage, by all means. He is 0-4 this game, so he's 0-5 this game.
1 versus 2 takes out JiaQi.
Oh boy.
And says, who's your AD carry now, Top Esports? Jwei throws himself into the fray as well, going to go into that Crescent Guard stance, and they will be able to flash away in time. Now here's Renard on the flank, gets between worlds onto 4, but doesn't have enough backup to actually take the fight. He drops down to TN, and now into the gravity well comes Breathe, gonna have to retreat right away, and IG maybe bit off a bit more than they can chew here.
Okay, so first of all, JiaQi is absolutely gliding on JiaQi's head. There's a word in front of gliding that you could apply. I'm not going to, but you could say he is adjective gliding on JiaQi. Breathe is all-inning onto Creme.
We're getting a little crazy with it, guys. I mean,
yeah.
IG, listen, you're ahead.
Renard,
get it.
He just goes in, ults, dies.
Flashes.
Breathe TP's in, ults, nearly dies.
Flashes.
A whole plethora of things are happening, but JiaQi is now 0-4-0, I believe. Maybe he got an assist, but this is pretty scary. So this is initiated by JiaQi, and JiaQi is just so strong. Okay, to be fair, Fengyue hit literally nothing, so there is that. But JiaQi plays this fight so well, dodging everything towards the end of this. Any of this damage would have probably killed him. Manages to get away, and then Renard says, guys, my turn. And,
it is sick to land this on the floor, but
yeah,
it is also not good. Things can be sick and also not good.
Well, there have been some movements. There have been some activities being done in this game, Gordo. But it is 1 minute on this next Drake. Cloud Soul point for IG if they get it. It's pretty strong. Very good. It doesn't stop you from running into 4 people and dying. So we've got to be cautious about that. But it is a really strong buff. JiaQi has 3 items now. I mean, if he keeps playing how he is, really scary. Yeah, I don't want to be overly critical, but last game there was a Jin, and I was talking about Jin. This game, it's Corki Nami, and he's still 0-5-0.
Looking for a potential fight engage here. Breathe was on a deep flank, doesn't quite get the cut off. Tian does go through walls with Ishtal's impact, so The lockdown not quite going to present itself. Jwei now coming in on the flank. JiaQi could dump a little bit of damage into Breathe if the opportunity presents itself. And once again, it's the marksman just exchanging blows right up in the front line, in the face of the entire rest of their team. And JiaQi comes out worse for wear. Another big between worlds from Renard, and it will clean up the support first and foremost. Breathe throws himself into the back lines with the open, with the ultimate, and there is going to be another kill onto JiaQi. Jwei going to be able to execute this one just fine, and that's a clean ace for IG.
Well, IG, after a not happy end to Split 2, come back with a very new team, and you can see in the camera smiles on all faces around. Bring in 4 new to this team, and will take a very easy 2-0 against Top Esports.
Very well done here from IG. Dominant fighting from them in this game number 2. And I front to back, like, just absolute wins across the board, except for maybe mid lane, which ended up being a little bit quieter for Renard for our Game 1 MVP. But big wins in the top side fights, big wins in the 2 versus 2. What a statement from JiaQi up against his old team from the winter split.
Oh, Renard tripping over? Can't be doing that. Got to be careful there. IG,
hey, it's year 1. It's year 1. Give my man a break.
IG definitely happy about this result. And Top Esports, I really don't feel as though... Like, I feel like this is the 2 polar opposites of bringing in a brand new team like this. Is on one side, Invictus Gaming hit a honeymoon phase. They look really good against Top Esports, who they didn't look good against in Split 1. They destroy Top Esports. And on the other side, Top Esports bring in new players, and they look very disconnected. JiaQi did not have a good series at all. And despite a couple of, here and there's, really didn't play the game a whole lot.
No, did not. Did not get a lot of opportunities to make much happen. I think it was a little bit closer in game number 1. There were some more early game actions to be had, a little bit more to be discussed in regards to where openings could have been found for TES, but game number 2 is a slaughter. And IG look like they are on the same page, even when they're going a little nuts, as they did for times in game number 2. They look unified doing it, and, given the amount of turnover that there's been, given that, I mean, at least we didn't expect to see Renard in today's game up until very, very recently. We're going to go back to the wall a little second. Let me finish. Let me finish talking about IG. They are we didn't expect to see Renard here. I don't know how long IG expect to see Renard here, but these guys are all firing on all cylinders, and they're all doing it together throughout the entirety of the game. Very impressive stuff from them with a roster that's kind of had to be slapped together mid-season. Granted, they're playing against another team that's been slapped together mid-season, but these guys looked well-versed.
MVP for this game and for the series. I think... Do I even remember? I think Renard, maybe Renard is for the series.
Might do Jwei for the series.
Jwei for the series? So Jwei wins this game and then wins the series?
Maybe JiaQi wins this game and then Jwei wins the series.
I've heard conflicting opinions. I gotta ask you, do you think that a player of the series has to win a player of the game?
No.
I don't remember who it was. Someone said that they do believe that you have to have at least one player of... I'm more on your side.
I don't know why that would be the case. I'm open to hearing the argument. I don't mean to be dismissive, especially because I don't know who I'm dismissing. But
I'm more on your side.
I don't know. I mean, I think this would be the example, right? I think Jwei could have won it game 1, but they gave it to Renard, which is fine. And then it's definitely not Renard in this game number 2. I think was the weakest looking member in game number 2. But it maybe isn't necessarily Jwei again. But JiaQi wasn't as impressive in game number 1, and it's Jwei has the the highest average level, of course, across the series.
Okay, I agree. JiaQi this game, maybe a Jwei player of the series. Kai, any update on our Loldal?
Yeah, we can go to the Loldal. How did the Maokai
Is it
do?
Maokai?
Oh, we haven't submitted it.
He's a support.
Loldal doesn't even play this game, man. I don't...
Who are these guys?
Yeah.
Who are these people playing in this game? JiaQi had an incredible performance this game. I think Creme did his best. Zrian, despite having a bit of those awkward laning parts, didn't do too bad. He found a good amount of damage, but I really think like the bot lane is not comfortable right now for top esports. 0% KP.
Oof. Well, for JiaQi, Fengyue got 4.
Yeah, but 0. He was, what, 0-5 or 0-6-0? There it is, 0-6-0. I can see it on the right at the end of that game. That is not a great way to start your split, JiaQi Love.
It's not. It's not. If you combine the 2 games together, it doesn't look much better either. Oof. Yeah, let's check out this 3v2 again, though. I mean, what a way to start it off for Jwei here. And I mean, I think this is why it's Jwei for the series for me. Like, Jwei plays this super well. Breathe does well here too as well. I really want to give him props for like holding this in Tofo strike, stacking it there, and timing it with the TP. Really well done here, and sets up the play. Yeah, like Tian, I feel like Tian just needs to ult a lot earlier.
Maybe on top of the TP could be. I guess he wanted to get both, but even one is fine. Yeah, again, he wasn't happy with that play. You could see in the camera, in the camera POV, sorry. This was like the most shocking part about this game for me is if you said to me, where do you think the advantage is going to be generated for IG? I would not have said JiaQi completely diffing JiaQi Love. Mako, sure, Mako's great, but JiaQi played many of these fights 2v1 and was still winning. That was insane. I really wish we knew what this pause was for. Oh, sorry, hit my mic. What this pause was for, whether it was a bug or a mouse unplugged or something, a keyboard issue. He did try to, yeah, he watered over the wall, couldn't find him.
He spent 100 gold to not get that.
That is brutal.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I think, yeah, IG, like, this is a 2v1, and he won. So you could say, oh, Mako, come on, he's with Mako. But no, not the whole time he wasn't.
Yeah, no, definitely not. And really good stuff here. Renard earns his flowers. 5-man between worlds here. You can't ask for anything better. Starts off the game-winning fight.
Yep.
Really, really good stuff. IG, once again, all on the same page. They all go in together again. They're trading off aggro. They're having the synergies to be able to use their abilities in tandem. You know, the Nocturne Orianas were plenty good in game number 1. I'm plenty happy with this team given how recently they've come together. It was a great debut for them.
Yep, I agree. I'm not sure if we're going to get the... Like, there might be an interview and we might see the player of the game and everything after. We might see it now, but either way,